Sarah Palin yesterday said Barack Obama pals around with terrorists. The Obama campaign says that attack is just a distraction. How negative will it get before it turns off independent voters? Bill Burton is Barack Obama's national press secretary. He joins me now live from Chicago. First of all, the Chicago Cubs. Are you a fan?
It's tough, no, but I tell you what, it's a dark day for David Axelrod, who loves the Chicago Cubs.
Make a tough day. Hey, listen, I want to play this soundbite about Governor Palin on the stump yesterday.
Okay.
Our opponent is someone who sees America as imperfect enough to pal around with terrorists who targeted their own country.
All right. What's the response there?
Well, the McCain
This is about Bill Ayers, obviously, the radical 60s tied to the Weather Underground, part of the Weather Underground that bombed the Pentagon and had plans to bomb several other buildings. And there is an association between Barack Obama and Bill Ayers that goes back some years. But tell us about it.
Well, the McCain campaign has made clear that they want to talk about this because they want to turn the page from talking about the economy. They want to bring up these issues in order to not have to talk about things that John McCain has done such a poor job of talking about over the course of this campaign, like how he would help the middle class if he were elected president. Now, these questions have been asked and answered. Barack Obama himself has answered questions in a debate to newspaper reporters, and the New York Times took an extensive look at, what is the association between Bill Ayers and Barack Obama, and what they found, you don't have to take my word for it, is that they crossed paths over the course of the last years in Chicago, but that there was no close association. And so the danger in this association game is that, A, we're not talking about the issues that are important to the American people, like who's actually going to get a tax cut to the middle class like Barack Obama wants to do, and who's going to help shore up the healthcare system so it brings down costs and get everybody covered. And then B, you just get into this game where, for example, one of John McCain's top supporters in the country, Mark Sanford, governor of South Carolina, actually employs Bill Ayers as a distinguished scholar at the University of South Carolina.
Well, wait a second.
Does that mean we think that Mark Sanford
the governor
and
of
John
South
McCain
Carolina
share his views?
Sure.
And we don't think that this means that Mark Sanford and John McCain shares the views or condone what Bill Ayers did in the 60s, which Barack Obama has said were despicable and deplorable. But it does mean that the issue at stake here is who's going to help the middle class, not who can play 6 degrees of separation with anybody
that's
in
about
life.
20 degrees. Governor Sanford's on a board at the University of South Carolina, and by that association,
he's the head of that board, and is the governor of the state.
By that association, you're going to say that he is tied to Bill Ayers. I mean, it's pretty thin, you know that, Bill, about that compared to Barack Obama.
He's the governor of the state and in charge of the board, so that means that he employs Bill Ayers. But the point here is that we don't think that Mark Sanford or John McCain share the views or condone what Bill Ayers did.
All right, let me ask you this.
What we do think is that there are important issues that the American people want to talk about, like who's actually going to help the middle class and get the economy moving again.
Do you think character and associations, who you've called, who you've been around, who you've dealt with, do you think that matters as far as this election coming up in 30 days? Do you expect that character and association will be a driving force behind people's votes?
I think that character absolutely does matter to the American voter. And as people have gotten to know Barack Obama over the course of the last 2 years, they know that he is a man of character and a person who's got a plan to get a tax cut to almost all Americans, to actually fix our healthcare system, as opposed to John McCain, who's got a healthcare plan that would actually kick 20 million people off of their healthcare, increase costs for everybody. And so, yes, I think that all these issues of who can actually help the middle class and who is the right person to do it matters. And that's what we're going to be talking about as we get closer and closer to Election Day, just like we've been talking about over the course of the last 2 years.
Bill Burton with the Obama campaign, thank you very much, as always.